can hold off C's push while he simultaneously takes out C's expansion. But it looks like Gogo is going to go for the defense here and just try to defend his expansion and just keep keep C from moving in. Actually taking a third base, so realizing that C's putting in a lot of resources into this push, he's not going to be able to dedicate too many forces to scout around the map. So that getting that third base up, and if he can hold C off for a little while longer, all of those resources will really kick in and give him the edge that he'll need to beat this this push coming in on him.
Just feels like Gogo's been a step ahead this entire game. He had that 14cc, had that slight economic advantage early, then turned it into a larger economic advantage with pushing those vultures across. C doesn't have a full contain. You can see these tanks wandering out along that right-hand side. They're just kind of wandering their way across the middle of the map. And now he's got 6 factories up, and he's going to easily be able to sustain that with that additional command center he's putting down at the 6 o'clock location. I feel like C's trying to do a push, but he's trying to do it with an inferior production line. So I really feel like Gogo's going to be in a very strong position into the mid game. This contain isn't going to last all that long. I think it's just a matter of getting dropships out or just brunting forward with brunting forward. I'm not sure that that's proper English. He's going to be able to sneak forward with a couple of vultures, maybe plant some mines in between and use that to shield some tanks. But really, yeah, this is kind of odd. It's almost like that split secondary is working towards Gogo's favor because it's giving him an outlet through the middle of the map. I'm kind of curious what C's up to, the fact that he's only sealing one position. Maybe he's just waiting to do a seal along that right-hand side and then leave that 6 o'clock position completely exposed and then push an attack there. I'm not quite sure, but it looks like he's unsieging. He's going to make some sort of move here. And there's that dropship production. We see already switching in for a Gogo, and oh, C pushing into an already implanted position. He might be confused, like, hey, where did those troops come from? Losing position on his edge. And I think even though C has those troops outside of Gogo's base, he's in deep threat of getting contained himself.
He's actually in danger of being flanked right now. His containment force, with that enemy force behind him, it could come around and he could just get sandwiched here if he's not careful. He's got to either pull that containment out and then try to just catch up macro-wise and just try to go end the game with one big push, or he's just got to go in now and just take out Gogo before those factories really get going with his production. Like I said, Gogo now has his third secured. He's had the slight economical advantage all game, but because he's got that third up now, he's really getting the economy going. His factories are just constantly pumping. Like you say, he's getting dropships, and he will secure this game once he gets 2 or 3 dropships. And if C can't get any dropships out here quick, he is going to be in a lot of trouble, and he will lose this game because he's going to need that mobility. You can see Gogo already putting pressure on C's containment here.
Yeah, I really got to feel like this just feels like a very skeleton containment. It looks like Gogo, wow, luring those vultures and the rest of those tanks in. It looks like just in time to meet up with the second force, and it looks like he's going to head up to that 12 o'clock position. He's going to make sure that additional expansion gets denied. Yeah, he already has a vulture in position underneath that command center, and now it looks like, yeah, he's pushing up for an attack of his own. He might, let's see if he just, I'm kind of curious if he just wants to go full force, decides to bear in, knowing that he's got the superior production, he's denied that expansion to the 12 o'clock, and he's feeling fairly secure on his main with those 6 factories pumping in the background.
I think he's just going to go right into C's natural, set up a containment there, wipe out the containment outside his own base, and then just go in for the kill.
So let's see, we got it swinging around. C's moving to the north. He's trying to establish, and he needs to be careful here because he's going to overextend himself. He's trying to build, it looks like Gogo actually is going to meet him there, though. He's not going to threaten on that secondary. I was wondering if he was going to try to catch C out of position while C was worrying about that secondary dropship's already out, so that's, I think, going to be the end of C's containment on the front door. Looks like what Gogo's doing is he knows he has the economic advantage, so he's just buying some time here. C's sending more forces up, and it looks like some vultures just waiting to run up that ramp. Maybe they're waiting for that SCV transfer before they run up. No, they're just going to run up anyway, plant some mines, and that command center is not going to be producing once again for C. I got to say, Gogo's in an excellent position. I can't see it's really his game to lose at this point. 2 dropships up, that should be enough to break that containment right outside his secondary, and at that point I have no idea what C can do to stop this.
Oh, and C losing those siege tanks in the center, at least looks like just one, almost lost a second, but you can't, boy, when you're playing, like I said, TVT is all about World War I tactics. You don't want to just go in and charge because then you lose a bunch of guys and don't do any damage. You got to be sneaky. You got to flank. You got to use dropships. And C right now, because of his lack of mobility, because Gogo came out underground and got in position before C could really solidify his own position on his containment and cutting off both routes of escape. Gogo just really punished him for that. Now the 3 dropships moving out. They're going to pick up his forces. He's gonna break that containment right outside his main, and then he's going to just do a push right on to C's natural, and that's going to be it. I don't see any way that C can come back from this.
And it looks like Gogo also putting down an additional command center. He's probably going to float it out to that bottom right-hand corner. So he's going to be on the offensive, and he's going to be able to take expansion simultaneously. Really, C's in a horrible position. He's going to have to do some brilliant drop, and I haven't even seen him put a starport up yet. Yeah, he's going to have to come out with some brilliant micro or brilliant drop, something along that lines, to really keep up with Gogo at this stage. I feel like he's just overextended, and now you see the dropships pushing up there. A little bit of a bad drop. Oh, dropping a little bit short there instead of right on top. I'm not quite sure. Maybe he was worried about some mines or something like that. But Gogo expending a little bit of his forces right there. Looks like both at weapons one upgrade, but still, it's okay because Gogo broke it. Yeah, and he's got higher production. So I really feel like Gogo, even though I felt like he didn't drop right on top or use any, I guess, tank bombs. That kind of sounds funny. Instead of dropping on top, just decided to use the flank. That sounds like redundant. You're dropping bombs on top. Never mind. Anyway, but he's going to be able to continue to press this attack. And yeah, it looks like we do see a starport of just now getting dropships, though. And I really feel like C's in a huge, just in a ridiculous amount of trouble here.
He's at a huge disadvantage. C is still relying on his mobile ability of his ground troops, while Gogo has the air mobility. He actually might just come around and try to take out that expansion at the 12 o'clock of C's base there. But I really feel he could just do a push on C's natural and just really contain him there and then worry about that expansion later. But Gogo has the economic superiority. He's kind of losing a few troops to spider mines and whatnot, but again, he just has so much economy, so many factories, he just doesn't care, I don't feel, at the moment. And here he comes, gonna take out that 12 o'clock expansion, and dropping some tank bombs.
Yeah, I never thought about that. That just seems like silly and redundant. That single turret, not enough to stop that. SCV's coming off the line. At the very least, Gogo's going to have to halt production here. And this is going to be 4 bases, so effectively 4 bases versus 2. And C's going to have trouble, even though this attack force was wiped out, that, able to take out some dropships. That'll definitely help out, though. Still having to pull the SCVs off the line, which is, effectively makes them at 2 bases versus 4 at this stage. And I think the main of both players is just about run out. Weapons 2 now up for Gogo. I'm not sure if C is equivalent on the upgrades, but Gogo can again maintain that offensive. Looks like that main looking somewhat thin, but I don't think he's too worried about it. But yeah, 4 bases versus 3 in actuality at this moment, but 2 I think just because that main is starting to run thin. And I think Gogo, again, he can establish map position, he can keep going, he can keep rolling, where C's just going to have to keep absorbing attacks and remain in this economic deficit.
And C only has the +1 attack, by the way, from what we can see from the commentators clicking on the unit. And Gogo getting his 4th base up, so again, just continuing to solidify his lead. C does see with an SCV down there, but there's really the transverse that much terrain to get to the bottom right. It's not possible without Gogo noticing that attack force and moving into position to defend against that, or countering his natural to take it out. And wow, C actually being a little bit risky here, taking an expansion at right outside C's main base. That is risky because C is probably just going to move up there with Siege Tank. Yep, he might even blow down that neutral building, take that out so he can shell the mineral line. I don't think that was a good move for C to take that expansion. I think that was really, really risky.
I think it's a calculated risk. What he's relying on is just doing some harassment to the bottom right-hand corner to keep those dropships to the right, and then he feels like he can establish enough of a defensive perimeter in the meantime to make sure those dropships can't really push on otherwise. But yeah, I don't know that he's going to be able to, because again, production is just in Gogo's favor. Even losing those supply depots and losing a couple tanks, I think he can push at that and keep the SCVs from actually building there. It's kind of, as long as he has tanks hugging that temple wall.